Well, you're going to know from my remarks that we're talking about the same man. But first, I want to thank you for the opportunity to join you this evening to honor President Robert Zimmer of the University of Chicago with the Philip Merrill Award. I can think of no other president of a preeminent American research university who is more deserving of this recognition. If there were a Hall of Fame for university presidents, Robert Zimmer would be a first ballot, unanimous selection. Coming from a background in math and science, Robert Zimmer has become a forceful defender of the critical reasoning skills and sensibilities that are intrinsic to the well-designed and implemented liberal education. Bob has also been one of the best champions of the liberal arts when speaking to youngsters who are inclined towards professional and business training. I could dwell on these contributions alone, but this evening I want to pay tribute to Bob as one of the great standard bearers of the core values of any distinguished universities, those enabling values of academic freedom, free inquiry, and free expression that are so much a part of the University of Chicago culture, and which he has reinforced and extended during his tenure as president. Without these values, a superb liberal arts education would simply not be possible. The University of Chicago comes closer, I believe, than any other of the world's most distinguished universities to approximate, if not fully attain, a meritocracy of ideas. It is a place where faculty and students have for over 100 years been able to generate debate on critically important subjects, where the participants are honored for the dramatically different points of view when they are well articulated and defended, and where intellectual combatants remain close friends. It's the quality of the argument that overshadows ideological commitments. This robust defense of free expression, open debate, and freedom of inquiry has been fostered at Chicago, in fact, since the days of its first president, William Rainey Harper. Since Harper's leadership over 100 years ago, academic freedom and free inquiry have been periodically under attack in the United States, especially when it was coupled with more general societal anti-intellectualism. Too few academic leaders have used these assaults as teaching moments, a time to articulate why these freedoms are essential for any truly great institution of higher learning. The University of Chicago has had a remarkable number of courageous presidents, from Robert Maynard Hutchins, George Beadle, Edward Levi, Hannah Gray, and now Robert Zimmer, who has reinforced the view that no one, including its president and provost or trustees, speaks for the university. This view is designed, of course, to prevent a chilling effect on open debate, and is especially intended to defend minority views, even if that minority equals one person. A great university education following Chicago's principles is intended to be unsettling to its students. And its students must expect to confront ideas that question their own biases and presuppositions, ideas that they may even find opprobrious. And each of these academic leaders, true leaders, understood that path-breaking discoveries only emerge where there is an unwavering institutional commitment by the university to free inquiry. Given the threats and attacks from government sources, the instincts of some alumni, and the views of many faculty members and students, having academic leaders holding fast to these core values has been essential for maintaining the true mission of these institutions. In Bob Zimmer, we have the current exemplar of the courage that leaders need if our nation is to preserve its most productive educational institutions. The principles of which I speak have been codified in two University of Chicago documents of note, One, the now famous Calvin Committee report of 1967, and more recently, the Stone Committee report, and I call it that, of 2016, whose work was actually set in motion by Robert Zimmer. Consider in his own words how Bob Zimmer has defended academic freedom and free expression on the university campus. Accepting that many universities might emphasize other values, Zimmer, in a 2016 essay, said, I quote, "A feature of the University of Chicago's history is that it has been staunch in articulating our highest values. We strive to preserve and enhance a culture in which openness can be embraced, although this is a constant challenge. Because of our history, culture, and adherence to these values, we inevitably find ourselves as a focal point on issues of academic freedom." At a Chicago Humanities Festival this year, Bob made abundantly clear that arguments heard these days to suppress speech on campus, quotes, "lead to the same place, a diminished education for all, and a failure to live up to our responsibility as educators," unquote. The position that Bob has taken has been contested, but true to the ethos of the University of Chicago and to his deep commitment to discourse and the growth of knowledge for individual students and for the faculty, he has been vigilant and written and spoken with superb clarity about the rationale behind the culture of Chicago. With great intelligence, empathy, and awareness of alternative perspectives, and with the kind of quiet strength that is required if we are to continue to develop great universities and societal leaders, Bob has provided guidance for other institutions of higher learning in the essential features of a university that at once permits the expression of radical ideas, but does not, and it does so in an environment in which those ideas are subjected to conservative scrutiny when they make claims to fact and truth. For the past few years, we have, surprisingly, seen assaults on academic freedom and free expression from students and faculty members who act to prevent invited speakers, whose views may be opprobrious to most on campus, from talking. We may even be witnessing an erosion of the sense on campus of the primacy of academic freedom. We have had calls for intellectually safe spaces, for trigger warnings about assigned readings that might offend some in class, and other forms of privileging knowledge, the current form of the insider argument that holds that only members of a specific group can understand that group's experience and grievances. Most leaders of universities have refused to engage these beliefs, as Britt has said. Again, because of his intellectual strength and his personal beliefs, and because of his sense of the proper role of university leaders, Bob has not only engaged these views with his typical civility, but he has also persuasively argued for the spread of Chicago's cultural DNA of academic freedom and free expression, as well as for the importance of a full liberal arts education. Thank you, Bob, and those who have this evening celebrated this exceptional and really extraordinary academic leader. I could not think of a more worthy recipient of tonight's honor. Thank you.